It runs on a kernel and using CG groups and namespace mostly. These are the technical terms, but I will tell you more about Docker in the next slides, what actually it is. Here, Docker is an open source project of a Linux based on Linux container. Before that, in 2009, its name was .cloud. This is a Linux Foundation startup. Right. After 2009, it grows up, and in 2013, they released the Docker 1, latest version of Docker. And journey from 2013 is there have been more than 3 lakh pulls on GitHub, more than 38,000 GitHub stars, and more than 1,500, around 1,600 significant contributors from all over the world in Docker. And more than 300 or like around 400 projects are deployed on the Docker, like web development, platform as a service, UI, and many remote desktop services like Qt and all those blockchain miners based on and Jetcache miners. We can Dockerize any application by using the Docker file system, by writing scripts, and Docker is mainly developed in Go language. And there are many integrations of Docker with the Jenkins, Travis CI, Puppet, and Seawell. These are all cloud services and OpenStack, the Red Hat. What is Docker? Docker, I already told you that in the previous slides that Docker is an open source project based on the Linux container, founded in 2013, came from the .cloud company. It's an open source project to create lightweight containers to run any software projects on at a time without installing any HTTP servers like we are doing web development, and we are installing JAM server, WAM, like those things. So we don't have to rely on those JAM or WAM server, and we don't need any HTTP servers to deploy any website on the server itself. We can run it by some simple Docker client commands. So in the next slide, as I stated that it's a lightweight container, so based on it's a Linux container mostly. They are very minimal overhead. Means on the CPU it's overhead and throughput is too much, and overhead is very less. There is no starvation in deploying the container, and it uses layered file system. Actually, Docker images based on Union file system. Union file system have read permissions. After running the Docker images, Docker creates a read and write permissions to their images, which is based on Linux container and different from the virtual machine, which is mostly deployed on the hardware or bare metal, right? It uses a copy and write file system to track changes in the. It is portable, can run on any Linux distro, or it is. I already told you that it supports Linux container concepts. And Docker released its next version in the last week, Docker 1.13.0, which includes Dev and RPM builder, and it comes with the support of Windows Server 2016. It also supports Raspberry Pi 2 support, and there are some future plans to add the support for some other tools like IMCTFY. They added the support for Red Hat 7.3 version, and they are also added for the anti-gross Linux distro. This is another distro. A Docker container comes with 3 things: minimal base OS. It's a hypervisor layer, which is on the top of the kernel, and it comes with the libraries and frameworks like these are some little bit of some technical terms. So for now, I will tell you more about what are the libraries and frameworks which we use in the images, in creating images and running containers. So a Docker container should be able to run anywhere on any operating system, whether it is a Windows, Linux, distro, any of these distributions, or Mac OS X. Why we use Docker? Docker is a container system for any code. It is a container which we use to ship, build, or can run any software applications over the, like we run a static website on and these are the engine that takes too much payload and run the container in a very short time. If you have an internet, then you can run with a little bit of Docker client commands, which you can easily run on your terminal, and you can deploy any of the software applications through terminal itself. This is what the Docker elements, the matrix from the, suppose we have a static, we are going to design a static website, front end or background workers like Nginx or Couchbase or like that, a user database, or you're using SQL or MariaDB clone. So it will, by using these things, suppose you will using a single production server, which you can use for background workers like Nginx or any other background workers. So you basically have to write scripts and import the script under a command, and you have to run the Docker client commands like pull, Docker commit, and Docker push commands to deploy. This is a thought which Global Costa used in the Linux Conference 2012. I once heard that hypervisors are the living proofs of operating system incompatible. This means that currently Docker is employing the concept of hypervisors, which is basically far better than that virtual machines which comes in the which we run on the bare metal. This is the journey of the virtualization from 1972. So you can have a look at in the last 2017 plus some few 2 years after Heroku joined Cloud Foundry. Docker started a startup which named Cloud in 2009, and after employing the concept of Linux container LXC, they released Docker in 2013 with the version Docker 1.0.0. Now here we are running Docker images. Docker pull stack brew. Stack brew is the name of the user, and the rest is the folder where the image resides, and we are pulling the images. These tags are the various dependencies which they are pulling, and it will be downloading all those dependencies line by line. So you don't have to rely on any dependency. You can just import by all the dependencies by inserting a few line commands in the Docker script itself, shell script in the Docker image file. Here we can run containers, sudo docker space run space -d-p 5000. This is the Docker host code, and stack brew is the username where the registry folder resides. So we can invoke it from the command itself. And this command is used for checking the throughput time of the script file. You can use this command Docker, the above command Docker difference and a tag name, which dependencies installed last week. So by using Docker difference, that tag ID, you can check when will the container downloaded that dependency and all those things. So Docker images are a DAG. DAG means divide and get concepts based on the tree, but it's different from the tree actually. Divide and get means the Docker simplifies and comprises of various dependencies in a single script file written under Docker image file. So these tags are on the middle one. Is these tags are the dependencies of some other, I mean the emails which we are using. Sudo docker images space management was equal to true. All that. So these are the immutable servers which we cannot, which we can run anywhere without any other dependencies or any conflicts from other servers. So with all this, actually here we use many packages under a single script file to run their images and content with one single command. And there are various engines like Chip, Puppet, and Redshift, so many other stacks of Red Hat. So we can deploy these tools using a Docker in a few lines of command. Right? So we are going to have a hands-on session right away. So Dockerfile is like that. This one is big. I'm creating a Dockerfile for PostGRE, right? PostGRE, and it's for the based on the Fusion, right? So this is the Dockerfile. This one is another Dockerfile for the background working UWSGI. So what actually it is from Debian? This is the way to write the script for creating the Docker images to deploy. From Debian, should be used every time. It's fully and the Debian is to from Debian means it will fetch the Debian image from the Docker Hub cloud. Docker Hub is a registry where other Docker images by some other contributors were uploaded. Suppose I wrote from Debian. From Debian means Debian organization uploaded its latest images on Docker Hub within its own registry, Docker registry. And you can mention anything after the from Debian maintainer. You can write anything. Who is the maintainer of that image file? And this is the comment. We start with #s build. We are building the environment, so we write it like env space Debian _ frontend space non-interactive. And here we add the dependencies. How to add and launch the script shell after importing the Debian package over there. So these are some simple commands which you have to. These are the dependencies: add, run, and add. These are all, and these are the permission changes we are using here. And last one is we are under the root directory, and we are exposing on the port 9000 link like that. So now we have a hands-on session. This is the summary. Easy to build and run content. So how many have you heard Docker before? Excellent. So I'm going to show you a web development through Docker without installing any HTTP servers like Jamp or WAMP or anything other services. So download this code base where I pointed my cursor over there. This one. You start downloading this from that link where the cursor is pointing to. This is the code base which we are going to run actually. It's a OneDrive file actually. Are you guys are downloading?
Link is not visible.
I already shared this link. You can have a look at it. Just a minute. India is a little bit slow. So in the meanwhile, you go to the Google and search how to install Docker on Mac OS X or Linux or like that. If you don't have a Docker in your system, you have to install first, and then only you can able to run this script or all those things. So are you installing Docker on your system right now? Installed. So now you download the code base from the second link. It's a OneDrive file.
It's best that you can show the demo and they can work on it. I think this is going to be a more demo thing. Can we propose a workshop on it so that you can have a live session? But workshop will be better one so that you can see the live to live session. Okay? If Abhimanyu, tomorrow I think we can have a workshop tomorrow on this Docker thing, and you can combine your WikiToLearn part also. So one aspect can be taken care by Abhimanyu, try you and one by. Will it be fine? Yeah, fine. Sure. So I think since it is going to be a more demo session because people don't have that stuff, so we can skip that part, right? So we can have a workshop. Yeah. So he will be showing what actually he is doing. Just have a look at it. You will experiment that, please.
So here I pointed to the Docker nginx directory here itself. This one. This contains the three files: one nginx.conf file, one Docker file, and one more file, configuration file. And I'm using the command docker -compose space up. So it is started the nginx engine right away, and right now it is arranging to So now the script is still downloading. Yeah, it is still downloading. This Docker Compose, after installing Docker, you have to install Docker Compose. You can search on Google how to install Docker Compose from the ProPrac and their Docker organization links. You can able to run this command only when you have a Docker Compose in your system. Then only you can able to run Docker -compose /. So this is what we are going to actually internet is not working right now. The speed is too much slow. We cannot able to Docker cannot able to pull the image right away.
Can we do it today, the demo session? 7. So one is mine session, 7 to 8, the beginnings of open source codes. And the second one is Docker. Are you guys want to try? There's a quality system, so you can just do a test. There's nothing.